and Marshall Allen from Arts in Motion. Good morning to you both.
Morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
I didn't know I was getting, it's just like 2-for-1 deal here. So that's wonderful. You guys are both involved in Arts in Motion, but in different capacities. Amy, why don't you start and tell me what you do for Arts in Motion?
Sure. I have been a part of Arts in Motion since its creation about 20 years ago. And everything from acting as a young child to choreographing large productions for them.
Now, when did you move from actor to choreographer?
Kind of gone in and out all the way along. Yeah.
And do you still do both, though?
Occasionally, yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
fun. Now, going back 20 years, that's a long span.
A long time, yep.
That's like a whole career.
I was 9 or so, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Can you pick out your favorite production?
Oh my gosh, there's been so many. As an actor for Arts in Motion, I'd have to say A Midsummer Night's Dream, which we did several times and toured the state, with that production in different competitions and things. So that was definitely a memory. And as far as choreographing for them, I can't pick one out. They're all just so great. Seeing the children go from having never stepped foot on stage before to coming off stage,
sort of owning it.
Yeah, opening night, saying this is the most fun I'm ever going to have in my entire life, and that's just priceless.
How would you encourage kids to get involved? What would you say to someone that's a little hesitant, be like, that's not for me?
Yeah.
Especially, it seems, boys, maybe a little bit more reticent.
Arts in Motion is truly incredible in that their mission is to encourage the love of theater and really promote the idea that there's a piece of live theater for everybody. We often have kids who show up to an audition and say, I'm really not comfortable being on stage, or I don't know if I can sing out loud, and we say, oh, it's okay, why don't you start as a backstage, prop guy, you can be our prop guy, or you can be in the light booth, or whatever it is, and then once they get that itch, they're willing to give it a shot. And then there's no going back, after that, they're hooked. But really, there's a piece of live theater for everybody. We always encourage even adults to give it a shot for the first time.
Well, I know Jason, my husband, recently, within the last, he's been performing vocally for probably about, 6, 7, maybe 8 years. Just recently, last year, got bitten by the thespian bug. He did one in high school, and then he returned to the stage for the same production, funny enough, 20 years later, or maybe even over 20 now. But he loves it. He loves it, and he's going to be in one of your productions. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. But Marshall, I want to bring you into the conversation. How you got involved in Arts in Motion?
Well, as a board member, I was asked to come on the board probably maybe 10 to 12 years ago. I've been doing theater, same as Amy, all my life.
Oh, really? Okay.
So yeah, I've been on stage. I do the box office. I've been backstage, been stage manager.
And what's your favorite part that you do? Do you long for the on-stage cheers, or do you like the backstage support?
Being on stage is really great, but backstage adds the whole gamut. It's just amazing. Like Amy said, we love people to come to get involved from the front of the house to the back of the house. We're a teaching organization. We love to get people involved who've never been involved in theater, bring them in. Some people will start like working in the box office or handing out cookies and then end up going on stage.
Well, I think what Arts in Motion does well is, as you mentioned, it's a learning type production company. But that doesn't mean that the productions aren't first class. I've been so amazed by the plays that you guys have put on. Now, the one that we just started talking about, the Magic Roller Coaster, it's going on this weekend. It started yesterday. It started on Thursday. Yesterday, and now today's the last day that people can catch it, right?
Tonight at 7 o'clock.
Oh, and then November 17th.
At the Playhouse, and then tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
And again, going back to the idea that Arts in Motion is a teaching organization, and really there's a piece of it for everybody. The Magic Roller Coaster is an original piece of work that was created by the children who are involved. So it's an idea that Glenn and I established, 10 or 15 years ago, where we toured the state of New Hampshire doing week-long theater camps for kids. And over the course of the week, the children would write their script, be part of the set design, really create the production from the ground up. And the Magic Roller Coaster is under that same type of guidelines. So the children have been broken up into teams. And each team has been assigned a high school age student as a coordinator who is learning how to kind of direct that group. So those children are learning along with the younger guys. and they've written every line that they speak is their own piece. And then Glenn has masterfully put it all together into one cohesive story, which takes place at a carnival. And the carnival children board a roller coaster that takes them back in time. And so they go from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and all along the way they learn a little piece about each of those decades and why they should appreciate what they've got now.
So
kind of thing.
I noticed you put a little education in there.
Yeah.
I like it. You snuck it in there because
That's
I'm
right.
sure they had to do research.
That's right.
But how does that translate as you as the choreographer? Do you get the final script and then say, I put a dance to that?
Kind of. So the children, as they're creating their idea about what they want their piece to look like, Glenn and I are constantly, putting our heads together. What kind of song fits here? This one was a little more straightforward in that we were using music from the different decades. So I mean, it's really like an hour-long. Total enjoyment, fun for every single member of your family, because the parents are sitting there listening to these songs that are bringing back some of their own memories as they're reminiscent of the 70s.
Great.
But it's a blast.
And do the kids do singing too, or is it mostly played music to dance?
Nope, the children are singing as well, and they're dancing right up there, and they're reciting all the lines that they wrote. So, and it's a
I'm so impressed.
Polished piece. So
Oh, good. So it goes on again tonight at 7 p.m. and then tomorrow at 4 p.m. It's right next door. Now, Marshall, that's sort of a new thing for you guys, correct? The Eastern Slope Playhouse?
Yes, it is. We took over the lease of the Eastern Slope Playhouse the first of the year 2013. We're really excited. This is our first permanent home.
It's a great spot.
It is an amazing spot. We're trying to restore it. We're working on getting the theater back up to what it used to be back in the day of the Washington Valley Theater Company.
Right.
And it's very exciting for us. It's just an amazing venue for us to have.
What I like about that place, and maybe, I don't know if other people have noticed this, but you go and it just looks like this small little thing, like you're going to walk out, it might be like one little room. You walk in, it's like a nice theater in there. It's a beautiful thing. And you guys are putting it to good use, because not only do you have the Magic Roller Coaster going on, but you have a lineup coming up for the whole, up until Christmas, we're going to go through here.
Right, we do. Yeah, we do. And we haven't put together our 2014 year, but we will be working on that next as well.
Well, you got your hands full because you have
We do.
Glimpses. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Glimpses is similar to the Magic Roller Coaster in that it's a production for children. These kids are ages 12 to 18.
Okay, so a little bit older.
Yep. So it's not necessarily a kids show, but it is a poignant piece about teenage.
Angst.
Teenage years, and so teenage memories or memories of childhood, and it's funny and it's emotional, and it really is a captivating piece. And there's dance throughout that show as well, choreographed by a high school student. So again, encouraging people to step up and find kind of what your niche is with the live theater piece.
Now, is this teens reflecting on their own angst, or would you say, they're doing research and what we remember as
it's
our
monologues
angst? 'Cause
that
it's kinda
we've
different.
pulled from various places. Everything from remembering your favorite pair of childhood sneakers, to
Run faster, jump higher.
Exactly. So it's really a beautiful piece, and it all comes together in the end. And this group of kids is incredibly talented.
Oh,
really
good.
can't miss it.
That's wonderful.
Definitely
When does
worth
that
seeing.
start?
That starts Thursday, November 21st.
So not a lot of downtime.
Nope, next week. So it goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7 o'clock, and then again at 4 o'clock on Sunday.
Okay, and then you move on to It's a Wonderful Life, which many
Yes.
people will recognize, a true holiday classic. And
Yes.
Jason's in it, my husband.
Your husband.
Which is awesome.
It's going to be an exciting show directed by Barbara Spofford, who has worked with us through many productions. She's an amazing director.
It's so nice.
Yes, it is. And it's going to be performed as a 1940s live radio show in front of a studio audience. There's 7 actors who perform all the characters, all the voices. They also do the sound effects from everything from a wind machine to Clarence falling in the river.
Yeah. Oh,
So, and the actors are all on stage, and the audience will be able to see them
That's so cool.
performing it like it was an actual radio show.
It kind of reminds me of the NPR show.
Yeah,
Is it Garrison
exactly.
Keeler's
Yeah,
show?
Yes,
It kind of
very
reminds me
similar.
of that. So it's a stage performance
Right.
of a radio show. So
Right.
you get to see. And who's doing the sound effects?
The actors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all
I
the
haven't heard
actors.
that part of it yet, because of course I hear the rehearsing and going
Right.
on at the house all the time, but I haven't heard that part, so that'll be kind of fun.
Yeah, the actors will be doing all the sound effects.
All right.
There's an actual stage manager for the production who will be part of the show.
And you guys are going full costumes. Jason's growing out his hair so he can get the, the 40s haircut done at the
Right.
barber shop and all that stuff.
Right,
So
all the
it's
costumes,
pretty cool.
all the style of the 40s, yep.
Nice. Oh, and when does that start?
That's December 5th, 6th, 7th, and December 12th, 13th, 14th,
Okay, so
and 15th.
2 weekends.
2 weekends at 7 p.m.
8 shows over 2 weekends, I
Right.
believe, right?
Yeah, you can get tickets online at our website, artsinmotiontheater.com.
And that's ER.
Arts in Motion Theater, ER.com.
Okay.
Or by calling the Playhouse at 603-356-0110.
0110. Okay,
People
I
can
got
also like us on Facebook
Yep.
and get up to
probably the
speed
easiest,
on
yeah.
on information as new shows come forward.
And they would just enter Arts in Motion Theater.
Right, and then
Right.
just like us on Facebook.
Okay, so artsinmotiontheater.com, that's theater with an ER at the end, or the easiest probably is Facebook, where you can find them and then get all the latest updates and how to get tickets, or you can call them if you're not online at 356-0110. Well, Marshall, Amy, thank you so much,
Yeah.
and good luck. Well, I can't say good luck, right? Break a
Break a
leg.
leg.
Break a leg.
Break a leg all December.
That's great.
And thanks again for putting
Thank
on
you
these
for having
wonderful
us.
productions.
Awesome.
All right, folks, we'll be back. We have weather.